about recording Paranoid? Do you remember the time? Do you remember what was going on?
We recorded our first album at a place called Region of Sound on 2 4-track machines in 12 hours. And then we came to do Paranoid. The original title for Paranoid was War Pigs. And then we didn't have enough material to finish the album off, and they said, just go in the studio and jam something. And so within 10 minutes we'd written and recorded Paranoid, and that guy goes, that's a cool song, man, so why don't you call the album Paranoid? And the album sleeve was already printed up with the guy with the shields and the pink leotard, which meant like a war pig, you know, pink pig. Mm-hmm. And so they changed the title from War Pigs to Paranoid. You can sit in a rehearsal place or a writing room or with a team of writers for months, and you sometimes you overwrite, sometimes you demolish a song that you thought was a good idea, but every now and again, like a feather drops and it just starts instant. And you know it's good, you know. It's like an instinct that you have, you know. It's I always go by the hairs on my arms. If the hairs on my arms stand up, I go, oh, that's good. It's like a rush.
So what about you now? Are you planning to continue with your solo career in the aftermath of Sabbath?
I'm starting in the new year to start writing a new album. When we did No More Tears, we all sat down and we thought, well, every song has to have the same amount of input, because a lot of times you go, well, we've got so many songs, just jam something, you know, or put something out. And I think that No More Tears is one of my solo career's best albums as an album, because it was mapped out well and it still sounds good, and I still play it.
Who's in the band, Ozzy? We heard that Mike Borden, formerly of Faith No More, a lovely man, is working with you at the moment. Yeah,
Joe Holmes, Robert Trujillo and Mike Borden, John Sinclair on keyboards. But everything's liable to change. I don't know what. I've briefly seen them because I've been so busy with this Sabbath thing, you know.
Yeah.
And they've been waiting for me, so I'm going to give it a try with them.
Yeah. So what about the Ozfest as an event? Will you continue to sort of oversee it as a kind of elder statesman type figure?
Well, it's my wife's brainchild, so she organises all that. You know, I just do what I do, you know, and I want to do a really good album, you know, and I need some new material, you know, so if I write a couple of songs before the Ozfest, and I do the Ozfest, I'd like to, it'd be a good chance to break them in on stage, you know, see if they work on stage. But I want to do a rock album, you know.
You look so full of energy, actually, at the moment, I have to say. You look like you're almost bursting with energy. It looks like there seems to be so much that you actually want to do at this point.
Oh, yeah,
you know
I mean, I was 50 years of age last December, and I thought, well, how do you feel? I remember when I was 21 and I was thinking, 50, that's old. But I don't feel any different. My body does. If you come to the point where I was just dragging my ass and just going through the motions and, you know, like a Vegas resident band, I think I'd quit, you know. I've got to keep on the move all the time.
If you were 18 again now, which band would you join if you could have the run of any band on the planet? Which band would you join?
Black Sabbath.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. You wouldn't change a thing?
No.
That's absolutely brilliant. So one last thing that I need to ask you, Ozzy. Have you got any message that you would like to give to the Sabbath fans? I mean, we're inside the new millennium now, and of course they have to face this without you.
Well, all I can say is thank you from the bottom of my heart for your loyalty and your support, and I'm so happy and privileged to have been a part of one of the greatest things that ever happened to me in my life. And I'm glad you were there for the ride, you know.
And never say never.
Never say never.